Revenge game you're looking forward to seeing the most is which, Mike Robinson?
Oh, me?
Yeah, go first. Why not?
For me, it's got to be Saquon Barkley going back to the New York Giants. I think it's week 7 and week 18. I just, obviously, you know, Saquon went to Penn State.
I'm aware of that.
You're aware of that.
That's when Quadzilla first made it known.
That's exactly what it is. I don't think Saquon has ever seen the amount of space he's going to see in this Philadelphia Eagles offense, especially when you have a runner at the quarterback position like a Jalen Hurts. I mean, that backside in that you saw right there closing in on him, that's why he had to keep it play side, just won't be there. He's going to have space. Oh, and don't forget about those 2 wide receivers on the outside that both of them, when you talk about Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, both of them demand 2 sets of eyes looking at him. I just think this is going to be a career year for Saquon Barkley. I think his brand, he's a brand name, so the fact that he's in the backfield is going to force the offensive coordinator to call the run a little bit more and call RPOs, which makes this offense amazing. That's why I think Saquon in his revenge games, he's going to have a lot to say about who wins those games and how well the Philadelphia Eagles does, because this dude is legit and he's going to have space that he's never seen before.
Well, you really didn't talk about why it's a revenge game. The Giants had a chance to pay him and decided not to. Let him walk after he was the offense last year and before. You let him have the chance to go to your rival in Philadelphia. That's what the revenge is about.
Yep.
You didn't want to pay me. All right, now I'm going to show you why you should have paid me. That's the first. The other thing I do, like you talked about it, is the offensive line and the ability. He's not the main guy in the offense. When you're a defensive coordinator, you're not going to say, we just have to stop Saquon Barkley. There's 5 or 6 other guys that you have to account for, which is going to allow him to. And then also, not having the ability. I played with David Guard, who was a mobile quarterback. He wasn't a running quarterback like Jalen Hurts. When you have a running quarterback, if you look at what Chris Johnson was able to do with Vince Young, it's playing 11 on 11. So it's one guy you don't have to make miss, which is going to be tough for a lot of defenders. The Philadelphia Eagles, really, I would call it the Christian McCaffrey kind of issue, because Christian did such a great job with the Niners and propelled them to where they were, that the Eagles, we got to get us a guy like that.
Week 7 is the one that he's back in New Jersey. So that's the one that really, I think he's circling, maybe more than Week 18 right now. What's yours? Revenge game.
You know, Rich, I've always been about family. And I know you're a Michigan guy. You know, UCLA is in the Big Ten now. So we may be seeing you guys. It's awesome. We're going to be, it's a beautiful thing. You know that. Speed is coming.
I don't know much of a piece you want to.
Speed is coming.
Snow is coming, too.
Speed is coming.
Snow is coming. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's the brotherly love. Jim Harbaugh and John Harbaugh, 2 guys that grew up in the same household.
What's revenge?
Well, Jim has lost twice.
So?
He has revenge. He has to get some get back. He's an older brother. This is the opposite of the Little Giants. If you think about it, remember the Little Giants? The little brother was the one losing all the time. This is the opposite now. Right? So the big brother has to find a way to get a victory in this thing. Guess what? He has a quarterback that can throw the football. He's talked about teaching his quarterback how to win. What better way to do it against your brother with possibly the best team in the AFC here in Los Angeles? I think this to me is one of those games that you get excited about, because you have to have an enthusiasm like another. You have to attack the day that way.
It's enthusiasm unknown to mankind.
Unknown to mankind. There you go. I haven't watched enough of it. I got to get it right.
I will say this, to that revenge game matchup scenario you were talking about, I'd love to be on the sideline hearing the line of scrimmage. The Baltimore Ravens and this version of the Los Angeles Chargers will be a very physical outfit, especially up front. I just want to hear the pads popping a little bit at the line of scrimmage to see who's going to win that game.
You don't think Jim's going to have his guys ready to go?
Oh, of course. No doubt about it. Here's one. Let's just say Stephon Diggs is going to take his time asserting himself potentially in the offense or in the huddle or anywhere. That, I assume, will end Week 5 this season, because that's when the Bills come to Houston, right? I mean, don't you think that that's one of those things that will hype him up?
Oh, no question.
I don't know if he would even admit it's a revenge game, because I don't know.
He would downplay, but
they'll downplay.
But there's been a lot of going on in Buffalo, right? Is Stephon happy? Is it with Josh Allen? Is he getting enough targets? Is he getting paid enough? Then I got another young quarterback here that can throw me the ball. Look at that. There it is.
I just would hope that Stephon is humbled enough to kind of step in.
Is that because you're a Buffalo fan?
No. I want to see Stephon ball out. I want to see him do well. C.J. Stroud is a potential MVP in this league. I want to see him do well. But at the end of the day, man, he has to insert himself humbly. That way he can maximize his impact.